This is the founder of Nutrilite, and he felt that it was very important to replace what's missing from the diet. And we do that by focusing on the phytonutrients that are missing from the diet. He firmly believed that processed foods were definitely detrimental and would lead us to having more disease states. Foods that are processed the least tend to be better for us. I also felt in bringing the diet back into focus, because all of us get involved with family life, our business, the kids, going to the soccer game, running here, running there, the stress of everyday life, and the last thing we think about is eating well. You'll find out it's a very simple recipe. It's one that Carl Renborg gave us. So what is that secret recipe? We're going to take acerola, and believe it or not, the green acerola is much higher in vitamin C and other phytonutrients than the red acerola. We grow this on our farm in Brazil. We have many, many acres of acerola growing, and we pick it when it's immature, again, because the vitamin C is so high. You don't see it very often in this grocery store, especially outside of your country. It's very perishable. And so it's important that we process it right away, because it starts to go south. It starts to degrade right away. Our processing plant for the acerola is right on the farm in Brazil. The fruit is picked within hours, washed, and already into the process. We mix the acerola. And this could be a different plant as well. So this is walking through the steps in general.
Why do you put the water in, Doc?
The water is there to help extract out the phytonutrients. And in this case, because one of the main phytonutrients we're targeting is vitamin C, it's water soluble. So it's readily extracted out, very soluble in the water and extracted out. So that's the first step in the process. We call that the slurry. And some of you guys may actually make your own juice at home in a similar way. It's good. The next step in the process is then to remove our friend, my own personal friend, fiber. The two main things that plants are made up with are water and fiber. A lot of cellulose, hemicellulose, lignin, these are all fiber ingredients. They're very good for you, but again, we're not trying to give you just a fiber tablet. We want to give you those wonderful phytonutrients that are good antioxidants, protect you against different diseases. So the next step is to take that and filter it. So what we're doing is we're taking out that raw extract or acerola juice that has all those wonderful phytonutrients in there. And as I mentioned, what's left over, you can see it, this is mostly what, the main solids component of the acerola is that fibrous ingredient. And again, we actually take this, we don't want to see anything go to waste. So we take this and dry it, mill it into a powder, and this goes into our fruit and vegetable fiber products, goes into the fiber bits, goes into some of the bars. It's a wonderful source of total dietary fiber, particularly high in lignin, a very, very important component of dietary fiber. Very good for you. In other fruits or vegetables that we may process here, if we don't find a direct use for the fiber component, we'll take the side stream material and we'll take it, give it to the farm. They'll compost it and turn it back into the soils. So it helps to replenish the soils and adds aeration or organic matter so nothing goes to waste. So this becomes the focus for making the acerola concentrate. And remember, I mentioned plants are 90% plus water. Also remember, I added water too. So this is about 98% water here. It's almost all water. Very little solids coming from the acerola. But the solids that are in here, they're awesome. These are the good guys. These are the phytonutrients we're after. Once we remove most of the water, the final step is to dry it in our spray dryer. And here it does come in contact with heat, but it's instantaneous. It's only, it reaches a high temperature for just a second or two, and then it's immediately cooled off. And this is what our finished product looks like, the acerola concentrate. It contains 20% vitamin C, 20 or 25%. We have actually a couple different versions. And for any one concentrate to have a single phytonutrient that high is pretty amazing, to have that much vitamin C in there. What I hope you're asking yourselves is, well, Don just told me there's 20% vitamin C in there. What the heck's the rest of, what's the other 80% that's found in that concentrate? And that's the question I want you to be asking, because that is really, at the end of the day, the secret of the Nutrilite concentrate. This is what Carl Renborg wanted to make sure he was giving his family and friends when he made his first concentrate. He wanted to make sure that everything that was found naturally in that acerola, all those phytonutrients, not just vitamin C, are in his concentrates. At the end of the day, Nutrilite didn't want to just take one phytonutrient out of the acerola. You're going to get a lot more taking that Nutrilite acerola concentrate than you would just the vitamin C. You're going to get many more phytonutrients. So if I inject the ascorbic acid in the machine that's going to give me a fingerprint of what that ascorbic acid looks like, I get one peak, one large peak, because it's 100% pure. Let's make a comparison now and look at that acerola concentrate. A little bit different, a lot we call busier. As a scientist, when we make a concentrate, we want to see a busy fingerprint. This puts a smile on our face. Really, every time you take a product with the acerola concentrate, you're getting a little boatload of all these different phytonutrients. So at the end of the day, when we make a concentrate, again, we want to provide you something that is modeled closely to the food itself that you would eat. We know how difficult it is, we all talked about it, how difficult it is to get those 9 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. If you can't get the 9 servings every day, then maybe it's time to supplement. And if you're going to supplement, you should be supplementing with something that's modeled after the food, that looks like the food, such as a Nutrilite concentrate. So that's really what Carl Renborg wanted to share with his family and friends by making those concentrates. And here today, again, we use the same philosophy, the same footprint that he used many years ago when we build our concentrates, to give you a broad spectrum of phytonutrients in our concentrates. We feel this is the best way, the best road to lead to optimal health, by getting in all those different phytonutrients from those Nutrilite concentrates. And really, guys, if you're not giving that message out there, it's the concentrates that really differentiates Nutrilite products from all of those other supplements out there. Those concentrates are very, very special. And we don't just pay attention just to the processing piece, but it starts with the seed. Which plants are we growing? Where are we growing it? How are we harvesting it? When are we harvesting it? How are we processing it? And we monitor those phytonutrients all throughout the process into the finished product to make sure that they're there. Provide a product that you could trust, one that you want to give to family and friends. I hope you know our secret now in putting together the Nutrilite concentrate and why it's so special, and why we try to strive to make sure we maintain the integrity that Carl Renborg wanted us to put together from years ago. Thank you.
Thanks so much.